Hey everyone, I'm Ryan White with Best Ever Pads. I'm here today. We're going to talk a little bit about saddle pads and trying to fit different horses. We get a lot of phone calls and people asking what's the best pad for my horse. So obviously every horse is a little different and requires a little different needs. So I'm going to bring a few horses by and a few different saddle pads, and we'll saddle up some horses and kind of let you know what works for us and the things that we're trying to do here at Best Ever Pads. Here I am with my wife Tammy's good head horse Martini. Martini, he's pretty normal back horse. When you have a look at him, no real issues here. Kind of got, you know, decent sized withers here. Decent sized shoulder, not too big, not too high of withers. He's got just a nice back, so really he doesn't require anything too special when we saddle him up. Just pretty much a standard 1-inch Kush pad we like to put on him. And we'll throw one on here and have a look at how it looks. So here's our new black Kush pad right here, a 1-inch. A horse like this, some people like to use a Navajo blanket with or without. These pads are 100% wool, so it breathes well. It's going to wick away the moisture and allow us back to breathe well. So we like to use just the one pad. And normally we saddle our horses up. I like to start with my pad a little more forward than necessary. Right here that looks, you know, a little bit more forward, but I like things to slide back into position. That way it's going with the grain of the horse's hair. You're not roughing it up. I don't really like to push things forward. That's when you start going against the hair, causing some friction, irritating the horse's back. So with just the pad on there, you can see everything fits pretty good. Our Best Ever pads have a unique contour fit that fit most horses' backs. As you can see, that's a nice fit right there, laying flush against his back. Right up here on his withers, nice, and we'll throw a saddle on here and see how she fits. Alright, as you can see here, this is a Best Ever saddle made by Scott Thomas. This is Tammy's saddle she had specially made for her head horses. Got a little wider tree in it. You can see this saddle sets pretty nice. Nothing coming up here on the back, laying really flush. When I saddle my horses, I like to have about the same amount of pad sticking out both sides of the saddle if I can. You know, about a thumb length on both sides, looks pretty good. Like I say, I start with everything a little bit more forward, allow it to slide back a little bit. Of course, you don't want to cinch up your horse real tight and hawk it in them. You want to allow everything to kind of settle in. Maybe walk your horse around a little bit before you really tighten up your cinch and everything. Alright, and as you can see here, you know, it's real important to check right here to make sure your saddle's not pushing down on the withers of your horse. You can see the gullet of the saddle. There's plenty of space right here for this fit. I've always been told you want to get at least 2 fingers underneath there. You can see there's more than that. There's maybe 3. So that's a good fit when we get to roping or doing something and you're on your horse. It won't be pushing down on them. As I move it, we're not completely tight yet, but that saddle doesn't want to roll. It's secure. That's a nice fit right there for this horse with really no special requirements needed other than a nice wool saddle pad and a nice fitting saddle.